What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another video. Getting started here with another deadlift legs and back day. Going through the usual motions here. You know, just trying to end this program in a nice spot where I can come back and build back up. So on the way down here, you know, I'm definitely fatigued. The way down here, I'm definitely looking towards, you know, some rest. That deload week is nice. And then, you know, within about a day or two of being on deload, I'm definitely back in the mood of wanting to move weights again. So I'm always motivated to work. It's just sometimes, you know, the body needs rest. You can't always go 100%. It's going to add up, and slowly but surely you're going to start getting injured and stuff like that. So strategic timing on the deload is nice. I found usually 4-week blocks of high volume training is enough for me, and then I can deload and then come back and train. Some people go for longer. It depends on the overall amount of volume you're doing, but I like to train hard and heavy. A little bit of a miscue here on the camera filming. I focused on the weight stack instead of myself, but we still have the footage, so I'm going to show you that. A little bit of a better angle here, and I should have clipped these weights a little bit better. They were really jangling around, and clips at this gym aren't the greatest, and they're not really meant for heavy weights, but 45 for doubles here, moving pretty well. Definitely not heavy in the grand scheme of things, but when I'm fatigued, definitely feels like something. And then mainly the Kabuki bar is super sharp. I was at Power Surge this past weekend, and John hacked tore his hand open on his second deadlift and couldn't do the third. So nowhere near as strong as him, but when that grip goes, it's really hard when you're working with heavy weights to, you know, relative to you, to be able to lock them out and everything here. So, you know, more loose clips here as I'm using the SSB. Some friends in the background here that I usually train with. And, you know, just trying to keep the momentum going, practicing the movements, burning the calories, building the muscle at the same time. And, you know, that's something I'm really good at. Once I get into a structure and a habit of doing something, it's hard to get me to stop. I'm really set in my ways when I do stuff like that. So it took me a while to get to this point with lifting. There were some times where I would just skip lifting days, leg days, when I didn't want to train heavy, train hard. And then once you get to a certain level and see the results, it's kind of addicting. So hybrid row here, and I'm thinking of restructuring these and making these more strict. I'm going to probably lower the weights. I like the power off the floor and everything, but I don't know, just to get more rep work overall, I may go lighter. And I don't know what is up with me today. This is another set of weights that I did not lock in correctly, and that's jangling. So it's not that big of a deal, but when you have multiple plates on there, and, you know, it can change the dynamic of the lift when you're doing certain things. Lat pull down here, still going, I guess, relatively wide here, getting the contraction, trying to maintain constant tension. So when I'm going up here, I'm, you know, controlling that range of motion there, and it's a little hard because I'm actively, you know, manipulating my scapula there and really trying to get a nice contraction. So, but sometimes with the previous stuff, everything's a little tight, so it takes some time. Moving into OHP here, and our upper body workout, you know, pretty usual stuff. I think I was in here later in the day, later than normal, which I don't really like. I like getting in when the sun is still up. Just puts me in a better mood. But these winter months will be interesting. I tend to not lift as great in the winter, you know, just mentally and then just physically. You know, it's colder. I don't really do well in cold environments. Dry skin, if you know what I'm talking about. And it just takes a lot more prep to be able to perform. So as we taper down, I'm not really concerned about it with these lighter weeks. And actually, I'm surprised I ended up doing these beltless after deadlifts yesterday, but I guess I felt like I was fine. Not that heavy compared to what I've done before. And just getting the reps in. You know, even when I'm tapering down and the weights aren't that heavy, I'm still picking up the slack with the volume. I'm still peaking, you know, the other accessory lifts. So I like getting the rep work in. I enjoy, you know, working hard. And then as we transition into this cut, I mean, hopefully you'll see some bodily changes here. I don't know why I didn't clip this shorter, but here we are. I guess I was really trying to find my groove with this bench thing. But yeah, sometimes with the Swiss bar, if you're not completely centered, you can kind of lose the lift, so you are better off kind of like angling it a little bit to get out of the rack. A little bit of shimmy and then recorrect. But here, I believe I was using the nearest handles, and they are not even. So you can kind of see from this angle here, they're at different angles, so you can't get that true close grip, and that's why I was having so much trouble. So shout out to Titan for the shoddy welding, but we made it work. Switched handles here, and I think in this set I actually go a little bit wider to see how that would feel, so I guess not. Sometimes I will shift dependent on how I'm feeling, but I'm finding that kind of shoulder width is the best for me. But back to the whole dieting thing, I'm hoping in these upcoming videos you'll kind of see the bodily changes. You know, like the gym is a controlled 70 degrees, 71, 72. So I've got no issue with wearing the same clothes. In the colder months I may wear like leggings or something, but I'm hoping I'll be sharing weight updates and stuff. I'm not doing anything too crazy, just like a minute, you know, little cut, some caloric deficit, and then I've been walking my dog a lot, but what I might start doing is a lot more cardio in the gym. Just, you know, in the summer and the warmer months, it's really easy to just get up and just walk around the neighborhood for 30-45 minutes. And then in the colder months, my dog is not very cold friendly, so we're gonna have to figure some stuff out there. So I'm really planning, I enjoy cutting or dieting more in the winter just because, you know, it's gives you something to do more. It's harder to like meet my macros in the summer when I'm constantly out and about and doing things. So keeps me focused, allows for more content, and I have a separate fishing channel where fishing's definitely tapered off lately, so I want to be able to create more content, and lifting and being in the gym is a controlled environment. I do a lot of photography stuff too though, but that stuff is kind of hard to record, you know, when you're out and about. But I may start doing that. If you want to follow my other channel, it's linked in the profile if you go check it out. These dumbbell shoulder presses, taking my time with just because of that shoulder issue. I am still trying to get rep work in to kind of help that shoulder recover. And I think it may just be the angle that I'm holding them. I may rotate inward slightly, not like an Arnold press, but about like a 45-degree angle from my shoulder internally, so that I'm less externally rotated, and I think that's what's causing some issues here. So I was doing Arnold presses in the past, but it didn't really do me very well. In fact, they exacerbated a lot of my shoulder issues. So I was able to do incline fly here, so I adjust myself to not expose. But yeah, no, I've just found a good range of motion here, and just nice and controlled. And like I mentioned in the previous video, just trying to really keep that elbow in line with my pec instead of high up on the shoulder. I know obviously they're connected, but to I guess a better description would be closer to like the nipple line rather than my face, which is another strange thing to come out of my mouth, but whatever. To basically get that contraction and eliminate as much shoulder as possible. Obviously, if you wanted to do it completely, you could do like a decline fly, but it's just, there's an upper limit to what you can do eventually just because of getting into position. And I don't know. Incline, I feel like it's something I lack. You can kind of see here I'm really trying to keep that elbow controlled and not, you know, kind of guillotine this like you would a bench press and get really high up and the incline and stuff like that. So little changes to make myself more efficient, get the contraction, work around things. Obviously self-induced, so make sure you take care of yourself, stretch, prevent this stuff from happening, but is what it is. Another workout in the books. The next video is going to be the strongman workout, so I'll kind of walk you through all this stuff there. That should be interesting. But thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching the latest video. If you want to help support the channel, I actually own my own wet shaving and grooming e-commerce website where everything's handmade by me. It's www.apexsoaps.com, and you can get a 10% off code using wet shaver. We've got some cool scents here. We've got some Coca-Cola scents, a horchata scent, traditional barbershop, just some really cool stuff, and you can purchase samples or you can buy the whole set. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out via email. Be quick to respond. Thanks for watching.